What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Toonrami for another video on Dragon Ball. we're not doing that. All right, let's actually get going. What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Toonrami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. By the way, that video earlier today, I'm glad you guys liked it. There was a lot of interaction on that video. I think some people were actually pissed off that the tier list was bad. I don't think people realized that it was just a joke tier list with no substance whatsoever. But I'm glad most of you enjoyed that. Anyway, why are we here? Well, take a look at the screen. Universe 11. It's here. Universe 11. That's not how it goes. Whatever. So Jiren is finally on the way to global, and it's going to be happening on the 18th of January. So that's going to be Monday night, Sunday night, Monday night, something like that. I think Hydros was talking about it. So the data download is in. You guys have already probably had it on your games. If not, you'll get it soon. But we are getting not only Jiren, but we're also getting the EZA for Topo and Dispo, and we're getting the we're getting everything. All right, so let's talk about it. So on JP, they had the Tanabata Dokkan campaign. This is where the banner first debuted. So we'll take a look at the banner. We'll take a look at the units, see what they do, and overall, just get hyped, folks. You guys were waiting for it. It's finally happening. Now, just keep in mind, this is a legendary banner. This is not a Dokkan Fest banner. This is a legendary summon. So for those of you who are very excited about the prospect of getting him, just keep in mind that you're trying to go for an LR on a legendary summon, not a Dokkan Fest, all right? So we've got Jiren. We've got Int, Topo. So these are the two new ones. So let's start with the LR Jiren. This guy is a Universe 11 lead. I'm going to skip all the way to the LR. Don't care about the SSR. Universe 11 key +3, 170% across the board. I feel like I've read this today. I did earlier when I was acting like Charlie. Universe Rival Saga key +3, 150%. Causes colossal damage to the enemy, greatly lowers defense. Causes mega colossal damage, massively lowers defense with a medium chance of stunning the enemy. Attack +200%, defense +200%. Key +1 with each attack received up to 5. Attacks effective against all types when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down status. Performs critical hit on stunned enemies. So basically, it's just everything that Jiren does, but more. The only thing, though, is that in the passive, you don't have the ability to stun. That was one thing. That was one defining quality that Jiren had. Because I remember when I first started playing Dokkan, it was always about who could stun. And one thing that drew me to him was the fact that he had a passive that could actually stun the entire enemy. And what's funny is that this is how Chaozu and Jocko are actually meant to be used. Like, it should be like this, where it's not a guarantee to stun, but it can, and if it does, everybody's stunned. So, unfortunately, that is not part of his passive, but we do get some semblance of that in the active skill. Attack and defense +30%. Kind of a weird boost, honestly. Very low, just looking at the number. But obviously, it means a lot because he's already at 200% attack and defense. I guess that's, that would be too balance breaking, I guess. All enemies attack and defense -30% and stuns them for 1 turn. So, you are still getting that stun effect. This time it's a guarantee, but through 1 active skill. Can be activated upon entering the next attacking turn after receiving damage 5 or more times. So I've mentioned this before. Getting hit 5 or more times has been a growingly popular mechanic that they've built into a variety of units. The one that comes to mind, first and foremost, is, I believe, the AGL Herculean Boo. AGL Herculean Boo, the free-to-play one. I think that's where it's from. You get hit 5 times, and then you change into Boo. Let me see if that's... Yeah. Exchanges with Boo upon entering next attacking turn after receiving damage 5 or more times in battle. Then he transforms into Mr. Boo, or Fat Boo, right? So that mechanic is once again back for Jiren. And I think that's fair. They've made this guy absurdly powerful. So making his active skill somewhat nerfed, I feel like is fair. Because, like, if you're able to do this right off the bat, you're asking for trouble. Like, you could probably nuke a bunch of units just like that. So, giving somewhat of a defective condition in the ability, I feel like is fair. But overall, this guy is a powerhouse. I mentioned this earlier in my parody video. Nolar mopped the floor with us. I'm pretty sure in that part of the collab, he dominated the race between Migaresh and Nolar, and it was because of this guy. So, and enemies being attack down, defense down. I mean, attack down is kind of rare because, not every unit can lower attack, but defense down is a very common thing. This is probably now the main perk for having defense down, because defense down really doesn't contribute much nowadays. But now, if you've been marked with defense down, it leads to things like this. So, this is still useful, and I'm glad that they use this as kind of a way to make the defense down perk a little more useful. But he's very strong. Look at his stats, man. Look at his max stats. 21,000 attack. I'm trying to think who's got a higher attack count. I think the Prime Battle Frieza EZA, I think, has a higher attack set, or maybe close to it. So let me try to find that. That would be in Wicked Bloodline. Wicked Bloodline would be right here, and with that LR. Okay. Max stats post LR. Yeah, 21,680. This is post EZA, I think. No, this is whatever. Whatever the case is, 21,680, and Jiren is at 21,525. So he is among the most powerful attackers in the LR rarity, but he is a very, very strong unit. So a lot of people have been waiting for this guy. Plus his animations are killer. His animations are awesome. So I definitely want this guy, as I mentioned before. Universe Rival Saga is my favorite category. It's my favorite saga in Super. So I need this guy to complete the Universe Survival Saga arc, because I think after this, they've kind of taken a back seat. And I guess things will start to ramp up closer to the 6th year. So that is Jiren. Unfortunately, I will tell you this right now. The STR one and the base SSR, they do not align. So STR, the base one, is just regular Jiren, right? And I think I mentioned this in another video. Use that guy to boost this guy's super attack. You can't, because this guy's called Jiren, full power, so you can't do it. So that's the only downside. So if you guys have been farming out those Kais like I've been telling you to, you've been Dokkaning responsibly, the Majin Buu event right now is available where you can farm out chocolates, whatever, to farm out some Kais. Do it, because this is what it's for. You're going to have to use 19 Kais to get this guy maxed out if you get him. So that is it for the Jiren talk. Now let's talk about Toppo. Wait, that's not him. This is Toppo. So he becomes a Universe 11 sub-lead as well as Special Pose. Special Pose. Honestly, Special Pose, it's meant for people like this. So, yeah. Special Pose, Ki +3, 120%. Actually, this isn't just Toppo. This is the Pride Troopers. So, join forces, yeah. Causes supreme damage, lowers attack and defense. Attack and defense plus 110%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 110% when there are 3 or more Universe 11 category allies on the team. Guards all attacks when there is another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn. Universe 11 category allies Ki +3, 30, attack and defense 30%. Really, really, really nice. Imagine combining this support with the Universe 11 Toppo EZA support. That is crazy good. So now let's talk about this guy. So the EZAs for both these two units are going to be dropping at the same time as the banner. I don't want to, Twitter's a minefield. I'm a little scared to find out exactly the time, but it is on the 18th according to my memory and what Hydros had said, but it should all be the same. I guess, yeah, it doesn't show here. I'm trying to see. Maybe if Air Dokkan... Does Air Dokkan have anything? As far as the date? No, he doesn't. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so now let's take a look at these guys. So we've been missing out, folks. This is probably the... Is it safe to say this is the best support in the game? I don't know. So with his EZA, he becomes an all-types lead, Ki +3, 80%. Causes supreme damage, raises allies' attack by 30% for 1 turn. Attack and defense plus 70. All allies Ki +1, attack and defense plus 40%, and all enemies defense minus 70. Reduces damage received by 40% when HP is 70% or less. He is easily in contention for best support in the entire game because he does something that a lot of support units typically don't do. The reason why I can't say he is the best is because there is another support unit that comes to mind immediately that has a similar ability where they cover their own bases as a support unit. So obviously as a support, you tend to not be able to defend yourself in any game, right? If you're a support, you're in the back providing help for the other guys. You have a tank in the front and all that stuff. So this guy kind of shores that up, that weakness, by having this little stipulation at the end where he reduces damage received by 40% when HP is 70% or less. So that does help bolster this guy's overall standing on the team. And yeah, so the other one that came to mind was, of course, Evil Toa, Freaky Toa, right? She provides that whole heal factor. So I like it, though. So running this guy, because look, this guy is Toppo, got a destruction mode. And then you've got the Universe 11 Pride Troopers. 1, 2, can you even run a full team? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't even run a full team. Wait, who's this guy? Oh yeah, you get him from the story event. So this guy you get from the story event. This is Casserole, right. Casserole. This guy raises defense, causes supreme damage to the enemy. This is the free-to-play that you get from the story event. I'll look that up in just a second. Attack and defense plus 80%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 40 when there is another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn. Universe 11 category allies key plus 1, attack and defense plus 30%. Superclass allies key plus 3, 40%. So he's a serviceable support. He also, I guess he's just going to be a stall tactic, raising defense. But, you know, it's still pretty good because he has 120% attack and defense, and then he gives himself another 30, so 150. It's pretty good. The very few units in the Universe 11 category are pretty good, and they show up in the story event. This one, Proud Justice Pride Troopers. There you go. So this will also be dropping, as will the 2 EZAs. Let's also take a look at the other one. The other EZA is right here, and that is Dispo. So super speed mode Dispo. You can run this guy alongside, actually, yeah. If you want to really get fancy with it, you could run this Dispo alongside his predecessor, his SSR form. Because that's just regular Dispo, if you really wanted to. You shouldn't, but you can. So with his EZA, he just gets better. He becomes an AGL, key plus 3, 100% lead. Cause supreme damage to the enemy, raises attack and defense by 50% for 6 turns. This is huge. This is like the God Vegeta Blue, the Int Vegeta Blue, who would raise his attack and defense by 50% for 3 turns, but it would happen after the fact. So you have to go additional for this, because otherwise you're only going to gain the benefits of the offensive boost on the next turn, which means you don't actually gain it for 6 turns. You would gain it for only 5 turns, if that makes sense. So what I do for these types of units is I go for full additional. That way, if you attack once and the additional procs and you get to go again, you can have that 50% attack boost and go again, and then even more stat boost for the next turn, plus your defense gets a lot stronger. Attack plus 20, chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, up to 60% by increments of 20% at the start of each turn. So simply just by existing at each turn, you gain more dodge. So you don't have to put anything into his dodge. Honestly, you just have to go full additional, because the first few turns, you just use this a couple of times, your defense is good. By the time your defense wears off, you'll have maxed out your dodge. Plus an additional attack plus 20% within the same turn after evading an attack. So after he starts dodging, he gets even stronger. And it doesn't stop. Wait, within the same turn. I'm not sure if this means this is a temporary thing. You guys can let me know in the comments, JP players. Plus an additional attack plus 20% within the same turn. I think that's permanent. So I could be wrong. But anyway, this guy, is, you know, they obviously built him to dodge, and he does it. But he also can take a hit, because in the show he can take a hit. So I like this. I really like this guy. This is going to be fun. I'm really excited for this EZA, honestly. His stats are obviously on the lower side, but he's a speed fighter, right? He's not very bulky like this other guy. What's his base stats? The Topo. Yeah, you got 12, 15. Yeah, so this guy's not as bulky, not as meaty. So that is it for the data download. Just wanted to go over all the units. Universe 11 is on the way, folks. A very small but focused and powerful category. Doesn't really work unless you have the head honcho. You got to get the Jiren. But if you don't get him, fear not, all right? Don't fret, because they all still fit in Universe Survival Saga. And the main draw here, if you can't get either of these guys, the main draw, honestly, is this guy. This guy is one of the best supports in the game, so make sure you guys max him out and run this support on your Universe Survival Saga teams, and you'll be just fine. So that is going to be it for this news update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and are as hyped as I am for the arrival of Jiren.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. And let me know in the comments, should I stop doing this voice, or should I keep trying to practice? Or should I just move on to some other YouTuber? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan to the future, and click the notification bell so that you ladies know you want to see what I was. I don't know what I just said. I'm really hyper. All right, thank you so much for watching. Jiren is coming. Stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly. Subscribe. That's what I meant to say. Subscribe. Do all the good stuff. Goodbye.